Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Golden, and in this tutorial I'll be showing how to use the spin blow to create a sense of speed, especially on wheels and tires for cars, bikes, or any other kind of machinery. So let's get into it. So the first step, in this case, you're using this image here, and if I zoom in on the wheel, you see that it's just stationary. There's no sense of speed. So if we want to make the tires seem like the car is speeding across, we need to add some spin to it. So to do this very easily, first I'll unlock the background by clicking the lock icon. Next, I'm going to use the filter and blow gallery spin blow. But before I do this, it's also important to note that you may want to convert this layer into a smart object by right clicking and then choosing convert to smart object. This way you'll be able to further edit the blow amount and other things. But in this scenario, I'm not going to use a smart object. So let's go to filter, blow gallery, and spin blow. So depending on your computer's speed, it may open up very quickly or not, and then all you have to do is drag the center of this wheel here on our car wheel that we want to apply the blow effect to. And once that's done, you will see a difference, that it's looking like it's speeding. However, you will also notice that it's too large. It's affecting the body of the car too. So to reduce it, I want you to just hover around the outside of the wheel until you see these arrows pointing left to right, and then you just click and drag inwards. So when you click and drag inwards, I like expanding it just above the wheel. That way it affects the entire wheel and not just the rims. So yes, once this is done, on the right hand side you can adjust the blow angle. So if you want it to appear faster, you could always increase the blow angle. But if you want it to be realistic, I would suggest putting it something between 15 degrees to depending on your use case. If you want it to appear fast, you could always increase it, but in this case the 20 degrees looks very fine for me. So here in our second example, I'm going to show you a slightly different method to create the spin blow using a smart object. So to get started, I have this image here and we want to select the wheel. So to do so, I'm just going to select the elliptical marquee tool, which you can find on the toolbar. The second tool, when you right click, you select elliptical marquee tool, or you could just use Shift M and you'll be able to select it. I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard and then drag to create a selection, and I'm going to use the arrow keys just a little bit smaller. I'm going to use my arrow keys to nudge up and down and left and right. Okay, so with our selection active, make sure it's surrounding the wheel. Just press Ctrl J or Command J or Mac, and it should copy this selection onto a new layer. Now I'm going to hide the background layer, and in this our new selection here, I'm going to right click and select convert to smart object. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how to create custom shortcuts for commands such as converting to smart objects or more, please check out this suggested video. With the smart object now selected, please we'll go to filter, blow gallery, and spin blow, just like last time. And now we're going to drag the center point of the blow wheel into the center of our wheel here, and then on the outermost edge you should see this arrow pointing left to right. We click and we drag outward to expand. Make sure it covers the entire wheel. So when this previews, we're going to see that the wheel is going to look faster because of the spin blow. Right now it's set to 15 degrees. If you want it to be faster, you can. I'm okay with this, so I'm going to accept the changes. So now it has been done, and if I to enable the background, we'll see now there's a difference. This is before, after, before, after. And the benefit of a smart object is we could always go back to change certain things from the blur. So if I double click on blur gallery, I should be able to go back into the spin blur to adjust the speed and other things. So that's how to easily create spin blur in Photoshop. To consider, if you have an older system like me, you want to make sure that the size of your image isn't too large. So for example, previously this image in its original form was 6,000 pixels, but then to create the spin blur, it was taking a lot of time. So I had to downscale it to about 2,100 pixels. So that's one thing to consider when you're working with slower machines. You just have to make sure that the image size isn't large. Yes, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you'd like to see more tutorials on how to enhance your images, please check out the suggestions on your screen. See you next time.